Now that your Elliot is activated, let's take a closer look at the features, buttons, and compartments you might interact with over time. This is everything you'll want to know as you get comfortable with your device. So let's start with the screen. On the right side, you'll see 3 buttons. The top button is the information button. This button tells you Elliot's current status.
I am ready to help. If needed for an emergency, pull the red tab to activate, or press the green power button.
If you ever want additional details, you can always check the mobile app for a deeper breakdown. The next button down is the language button. This lets you switch between your primary and secondary language. To change the language, press the information button first, then immediately press the language button.
I am ready to help. If needed for an emergency, pull the red tab to activate.
You might think something's wrong, but the device will not switch languages the instant you press it, but right after the message finishes. Elliot will confirm which language you set it to. Just give it a moment to speak through the update.
Or press the green power button.
Español.
You're good to go, but if you want to double check, simply press the information button again.
Estoy listo para ayudar. En caso de emergencia, tire de la pestaña roja Activar el dispositivo o pulse el botón verde de encendido.
You can switch between the primary and secondary language at any given time, giving you flexibility based on who is using the device. Once you make your selection, Elliot will stay in that language until you decide to change it again.
Español. Abra la bolsa de la almohadilla y retire la lámina azul.
British English. Open pad pouch and separate from blue liner.
The last button on the right side is the pediatric button. This button will only work during treatment mode, which means it becomes active when you turn Elliot on by pressing the green power button or pulling the red handle.
Child mode. For adult, press button again. Open pad pouch and adult mode.
Now let's talk about what powers Elliot. Elliot runs on 4 Duracell CR123 batteries. That's right, just simple store-bought batteries keeps Elliot running. You'll find the batteries inside the compartment on the bottom right side of the device, and held shut by this, our battery door. Our battery door is gold-plated, corrosion-resistant, and sealed with a small rubber O-ring to help keep dust and water out. A quick fun fact for you. Inside the compartment, a small engraved graphic shows the negative side going in first and the positive side facing outward. No more guesswork. When closing the battery door, make sure it's tight. If not fully tightened, Elliot may not turn on, so make sure the tab lines up with the rubber edging so it sits securely. Elliot will run through the startup sequence once more.
Hello, I am Elliot, your personal adult and child life-saving device.
This is a great chance to point out how the screen looks in different lighting as the icons light up. Elliot is built to be clear in both bright and dim conditions, so glare should never be an issue. Now let's move to the pads. On the back of Elliot, you'll see the pad cartridge. It houses the pads and is connected to the red handle on the front. If you pull the red handle away from the device without pulling the pad cartridge out, Elliot will still begin the prompts as if it's responding to an emergency. This happens because 2 small magnets inside the handle trigger the emergency prompts when separated. But if you do happen to pull the red handle all the way, you'll expose the cartridge. You'll see 2 wires, 2 small rubber bands, and the white plastic pouch with a green tab. If you turn your device over, you'll notice the 2 wires leading from the cartridge into the device. These are connected to each pad, as shown right here. This is what your pads will look like. While the connector pointed out here is what connects the pads to power during treatment. Trust me, it's secure and pretty snug, so you don't need to worry about it coming loose. And there you have it. That covers all the features you'll use or interact with on Elliot. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or simply want more information, visit hearthero.com or email info@hearthero.com and we'd be happy to help.